Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Juan Hoyos from the International Trade Center. As you can imagine, you already presented. I hope you are enjoying the session today, very fruitful session. And then today, right now, I'm going to present on Hadidja and myself. You will see Hadidja at the end. We'll present the business competitiveness approach that ITC developed. And you will see as well, you have the opportunity to see the tool. And this is a big invitation for all of you to start using the self-assessment tool, not only for this specific project, but always, so you can assess every time what is the level of competitiveness to identify your gaps, etc., in your path to be more competitive. So for in this session, we will see first what is an SME competitive, then the SME competitiveness map, the ITC SME competitiveness map, and then the self-assessment tool for SheTrades and Visa Asia Pacific. So let's start thinking first what makes an SME competitive. And everybody knows all the time that, yeah, you need to be competitive. You are not competitive, but what does it mean being competitive? I don't know. What I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. So this is a question that all SMEs do to themselves all the time. And then we are trying to solve these questions with this tool and with this all theory that we are developing. Back in 2015, ITC published what we call the ITC SME Competitiveness Outlook, or in the house we call it SMECO. And then this is the competitive when we define what is competitive for an SME. And then according to the definition of this book, you can see down the web page where you can find it. It's freely downloadable. So invitation to all of you to visit, to download, to read more about competitiveness. But then the ITC defined competitiveness as the demonstrated ability to design, produce, and commercialize an offer, which fully and continuously fulfills the needs of target market segments, while connecting with a drawing resources from the business environment and achieving a sustainable return to the resource employed. But then you will tell me, okay, Juan, yeah, you read this definition, but what I have to do, what I'm doing well or not. So let's go to see how we are going to measure all the things that you need to take into account. So first of all, to be a competitive, well, any company, to answer the question, how to an SME build their competitiveness, we need to focus on one thing first, and it's only one thing: is the market. I mean, before finances, before production, before anything, first of all, is the market. Who will buy my products or services? Without that one, you don't have a project, you don't have a company, you don't have an idea, you don't have a strategy, anything. So first is the market. So the market is the one that is going to determine whether the business will success, it's going to be a success or a failure. So in that sense, there are key elements when you are identifying these steps. Is the first one is the identification and validation of an unmet need. You cannot start selling telephones right now because Apple and Samsung are doing it probably better than you, unless you are providing telephones completely different, that they are meeting the needs of the community or the market that you are looking for. So first of all, is more than, hey, I'm super good on doing certain things. No, but first, yeah, probably you are very good doing certain things, or creating images, or creating baskets, or whatever you want to do. But then you need to know if the market is ready. So at the end, you need to start validating what is the unmet need, which are the needs of that market. And then with those needs, you need to design a unique solution. And of course, later, the identification or the right business model, because not always we have the same business model. Some people just have a unique person managing everything and outsourcing all the processes. For example, when you have a consulting company, probably you don't have a lot of staff in your company, but you hire people according to the project that you get. But you have a basket company or a handicrafts company, probably you will need more people working in your company. So the structure is different. The business model is gonna be different. So you need to identify how you're gonna manage this business model. And at the end, managers should start by looking at the market. They need to find the problem solving, and then who will pay for that solution. And this is the other topic. It's like, okay, I have I identify the needs of that market, but probably the way that I do it is gonna be very expensive. So nobody will buy my product or services. So in that sense, is this cycle that first you need to know who you're gonna buy your product, then you define exactly the product that the market needs, and then the SME is how I'm gonna make money out of that. Now landing all these very kind of blue or very high ideas, so we need to start saying, okay, what are the things that I need to do? So consider a management of a small, medium-sized enterprise has already created an offer that fully and specifically addresses the needs of an intended market segment. But then we need to start asking ourselves, okay, what is missing now to develop, to comply, to offer to the market these needs? So we need the ability to produce and to commercialize the offer. And look at how I'm talking about now abilities. And then during the process, we will see competences, capabilities, and processes. So abilities is that my company is able to do something. Maybe you're saying, yeah, but Juan is still blurred. But think about capabilities to do something that is what is critical to define the competitiveness of your company, and its capability to produce, and its capability to manage resources, and its capability to design new products, and its capability to reach international markets, to speak, to negotiate with other with the buyers and even suppliers. So for this one, you need to develop resources along with those capabilities that will help you to make your product or service reaching the customer. So what we have is, in any company, we have 4 main functions. The first one, now landing a little bit, those resources and capabilities, how will be mixed to make the products or services to reach the customer. So the first one is the strategic function in charge of addressing the what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna offer to the customer. Who will be the customer? And not always it's everybody. So you need to segment your customers, because every segment has different needs by age, by income, by gender, etc., etc. So you need to understand who is your customer and how you're gonna do it. So this is the strategic function, and I call it always like the dreaming side. It's like, oh my God, when I'm gonna open a company, and then I want to reach United States and I reach Europe with my beautiful products, and then the people in Europe will start using my product. This is the dream, but is the nice dream, and is the needed. You need to dream, because you need to start with this dream to say, okay, to reach my product, I need to sell it at this price. Probably in certain countries more expensive, probably less expensive. But what kind of customers I need in those countries? Are the same customers in the United States, or the same customers in Europe or in Japan? Probably not. So we need this part of the dream, and then we call it a strategic function. Then once you start landing, you create a company, you start organizing the production, etc., comes the production function that is in charge of producing and shipping the offer. If you are selling goods, you have a physical production, no matter it's in your company or it's outsourced, but you have a production that you will be responsible to build this physical good, and shipping to the customer. If you have a service, you are a service provider, it's the same. The process is different. You don't have a production plan, but you have a lot of computers. For example, you are a web developer, and then you have a lot of computers, a lot of stuff creating, and this is the production process of your company. So you need to be as well very familiar with the production process or the production function. Usually every SME is very familiar with the topic, more than the strategic, and sometimes more than the resource. Now, the next one is the marketing function. It's in charge of finding and keeping clients and identifying the right mechanisms to reach the market. So what is the point? Yeah, you can have a beautiful production process. You can have a brilliant idea, but if you're not reaching customers, you are dead. So this is the other function that is critical. And as you can see, all of them are critical. We cannot avoid any one of them. And the problem is many small corporations, they start producing and selling. But the strategic function, and the last one that we will see in 1 second, sometimes is neglected. So we need to be aware that to be competitive is the whole picture of the whole 4 functions. The last function is resource management function, and we will see a little bit of detail on this one. So the resource management function ensures optimum use and renewal of the firm resources, meaning money, meaning human resources, meaning networks. You know, when you ask an SME, we are super familiar. And then when the first question when we ask an SME, especially from women-owned enterprises, what do you need? And the only question is money. Give me money. But probably it's not. There are many other resources that you can get and avoid expenditures. So we will see. I mean, we won't get into detail on this presentation, but you will see how you understanding the whole management of resources, you can start even reducing the needs of money. So in that sense, these 4 functions raise what we call the 4 competencies. So the competences, the strategic competence is the competence about identifying business opportunities, defining strategies and goals, fostering innovation, and equipping the business with the right organizational and governance structure. We will see which are the capabilities that build the strategic competence. Then we have the marketing and sales competence. The marketing and sales competence is the competence that allows SMEs to reach and communicate the potential clients, close business deals, and secure medium and long-term profitability and distribute its products. The production competence is the competence that allows the business to manufacture a product to deliver a service to client. And then the last one is resource management competence. Is the objective of the resource management competence is to make an effective and efficient use of resources and update and upgrade the business resource endowment. Now you are saying, yeah, but Juan or ITC, why you are talking about competences? I need, for example, in marketing, I just need a good marketing strategy, a good marketing campaign, a good marketing brochure, definitely. But these are the processes that you need to master inside, because when we talk about competences, and the next one is when we talk about capabilities, that are those things who build the competences that we will see in the next slides, you need to know how to make them. Imagine this scenario. I'm not good in marketing, or my company is not good in marketing. So I hired a consultant. And then the consultant, that person that is an expert in marketing, will design my strategy, will design my brochures, will design my web page. But what is the problem? The markets are changing every day. We know pandemic, the wars, all the situations in around the world are changing how people are buying, from where they are buying. The tastes are different. The sensitivity to social issues, for example, are different right now. They are higher right now. So the market is changing all the time. So the point is, if you don't develop the capabilities to design and to have a good marketing strategy, every year you have to hire the same consultant to update the marketing campaign or the marketing strategy. While if you develop your capabilities, is the company inside who need to review it. It will be able to review it every year. Of course, always there is a balance. I mean, sometimes we need an accountant that is official, appointed by the government. So we cannot do it inside the company. We need to hire that person. And for certain things, for example, you are not developing web pages every day. So maybe it's better to outsource it, but at least that you have the capability to develop or to know exactly what do you need for your company. So let me speed up a little bit to explain a little bit the map, and then to give the floor to Hadidja, because based on this theory, in ITC, we develop an assessment tool. So it's a very comprehensive assessment tool. You will see once you start practicing with the tool. It's a very comprehensive tool where we are covering all the 4 competencies, and those 4 competencies are built by 19 capabilities. So you will see in the assessment, in the diagnostic tool, how we are covering each process. So you can see, I didn't know about this one. I never thought about this one. But in this one, I'm very good. So it's good because you will have a very comprehensive approach on the competitiveness and a vision of your company. Like we can call it 360. It's not officially 360, but it's an holistic view of the competitive. So just for example, the strategic competence, we build the strategic competence based on capability to design a business strategy, capability to plan a business strategy, capability to design and implement an organizational structure, and capability to innovate and adapt. But then let's go to the first capability, design a business strategy. So in that thing, we see that we have certain processes like generation, evaluation, and filtering ideas, marketing identification, market segmentation. So all these processes build the capability, and this capability, a few capabilities are building the competence. So you will see, I mean, you can once you use the tool, you can download the report that Hadidja will present in few minutes, and then you will see the whole picture and of the competitiveness. And now let me show you what is it. I mean, what is inside the tool and what is the competitiveness? So as you can see here, and let me go back, you see the 4 competencies, So now these are the physical, the real capabilities that you need to develop to have a good approach or a good competence in a strategic area. That is designing a business strategy, build a business strategy, develop and implement an organizational structure and innovation, and innovation and dynamization and renewal. Then for the marketing and sales, you have communication, distribution, obtain orders, and secure contracts. Then in production competence, you have to meet attribute requirements, quality requirements, quantity requirements, cost requirements, time of delivery requirements. Probably you have all these things in your mind, but you never probably assess each one of those processes, each one of those capabilities in your company to see if you're doing good or not. And then let me go to the last one, is the resource competence. So we need to develop the capability to knowledge and information management, human resource management, financial management, physical assets, infrastructure and technology management, non-physical assets management, and networks relationship management. So for example, let's go, and I will show you only one thing, that is the financial management, because this is specifically for this project. We are very interested in the financial management. So we have a lot of processes that you need to start assessing. How I'm managing working capital, how I'm doing the accounting and bookkeeping. Some small corporations, they are not even doing accounting and bookkeeping, so they need to do it. They need to formalize their company. How we are doing the budgeting, the assets evaluation is like, I have assets, I have machinery, I have properties. What is how I'm bringing the value, or knowing the value of those assets? We need to develop the analyzing and investment decisions, because all the time you need, if you want to buy a new machine, you need to make a process if that machine is worth it or not, because probably you spend a lot of money in that machine, and the price of the goods that you are going to produce with that machine are so low that you will never recover the money of that investment. So you need to know how to analyze these investment decisions. You need to manage accounts receivable management, corporate tax management, because if you don't do it, you will be like Shakira in problems with the taxes authorities in her country. And then, for example, the forex exchange management, if you are exporting or if you are planning to export, you know the rupees are your local currency is changing constantly with the dollar or with the euro. And then you need to understand how volatile is your currency, or how stabilized is your currency, to see how you forecast your incomes in the future. Then equity management, financial reporting, auditing, accounts payable management, payroll management. So as you can see, this tool will bring you a whole picture along the questions that Hadidja will present very, very soon. So you see, I never thought about it. I'm good on this one. I'm bad on this one. So in that sense, once you download, once you finish the assessment, you will have a better picture of your gaps, of your strengths, and then start making a plan to improve the competitiveness of your company. So now let me give the floor. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm gonna give the floor to Hadidja. That Hadidja works in our team, and then she is the person who developed the model for SheTrades Visa Asia Pacific, and then she will present more details of the tool, how to register in the tool, how to use the tool, and how to download the report, and then how to use it. Hadidja, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. Hi, everyone. I am Hadidja, and I hope you're all having a good session and a good day so far. So allow me a few seconds to share my screen so we can dive more into what Juan was just presenting a while ago. Okay, so just to put more emphasis on what Juan was saying a while ago, the competencies, the capacities, and what is all about this tool. I'm going to give you more details on how you can use this tool and how you can use this model that was specifically developed for this project. So as you can see, this is a QR code that you can scan, or you have the link to the ITC's benchmarking tool, which I am going to show you at the end of this, before the end of this presentation. I am going to go fully detailedly to show you how we can use this tool, how you can register, and how you can see the report at the end, which the tool is amazing, amazing, amazing. So this is our famous MSMEs diagnostic platform, and this platform has been developed by ITC's section of enterprise competitiveness. So this tool is basically here to conduct analysis for SMEs, and it is helping many SMEs around the world now to assess their competencies and the capabilities that Juan was mentioning a while ago. And this diagnosis is going to help the current practices of companies to understand if they can discover possible areas of improvement. So moving forward, what can SMEs do with this tool? SMEs can, of course, do self-assessment, which is the basic of this tool, request assisted assessment, which in this case, it's not related to this project, but they can request assisted assessment related by connecting to BSOs, for example, the Chamber of Commerce, and then at the same time, when requesting assisted assessment, the Chamber of Commerce sends professional consultants to your company, and then take their time to do all the assessments of your company. But in this case, it's a self-assessment. And I'll show you on the platform how you can go to the self-assessment, but not the assisted assessments, which many people mistake sometimes. And then with this tool, you can also compare and track performance. How can you compare and track your performance? For example, we are in December now, and then you make you go on the platform, register, and then you take an assessment. That is December 2023. Maybe in the first quarter of next year, let's say March, you decide to take another assessment, and then you can see, oh, okay, in December, I was at this point, and now I am at this point. So you can track your performance every time, and you can take unlimited assessments on this platform, and you can see tracking your performance all the way long. Okay, you've improved on strategy. Maybe next time you improve on your finances. Next time you improve maybe on your human resource. Maybe next time you improve on your marketing. And all this is just helping you to implement improvement plans and discover improvement plans, like I was saying as well. And then moving forward, what can SMEs do with this tool? They have unlimited assessments, which is free. They have performance reports, which at the end I will show you. It's a downloadable PDF, or you can download it in Word and then adjust them if you want. We have recommendations which are automated by the tool. You can have support from certified experts, but no, this is related to the assisted assessment, as I was mentioning, because the certified experts come to your company and they do the assessments, they go through, and it takes a lot of time and in many times money, because companies need to pay this professional to do the detailed assessment. So you don't get the certified experts in this case. Is it an on-site assessment? No, because in this case, it's also related to the consultant that comes to your company and does the assisted assessment for you. Do you get the technical capabilities? Yes. You do all the assessment on the technical capabilities. What are the technical capabilities? These are the capabilities that Juan was mentioning a while ago. So we have the competencies and the strategy, production, marketing and resource management, and all the processes that he showed you. And then you see the sustainability. It's optional, but as we always advise companies to go on and take the sustainability assessment as well, because it's very, very important now. Buyers always look at the sustainability the companies have. Do they actually work with children? Do they work with women? How many women do they work with? How is their environmental performances, carbon, everything related to the environment. So we always suggest, it's optional, but we always recommend companies to take that assessment as well. Digital transition, yes. Internationalization, absolutely, because you know your level. If you want to export, then you know, okay, I'm doing well in this point and I'm not doing well in my marketing strategy. Maybe if you improve your marketing strategy, it can help you export or get more clients from international companies or different countries or different buyers from different countries. And then corporate culture, yes, and then you compare and track trends. So moving forward, voila. So this is like a little view of the benchmarking tool, which I will go right now. So allow me to just change and then share my other screen with you. Just a moment. And I'll share my other screen with you so you can see how it works on the platform. Voila. So now we are here. This is ITC's benchmarking tool. So as I am a ITC user, as you can see, I'm already logged in. But normally, if you go to the platform, you will see register. And then once you register, you start filling the information of your company. So I go to dashboard and then SME diagnostics. Let me say I've already created a company or not, but let me say start self-assessment, because you see this assisted assessment I was mentioning. If you do that, you will have to connect to a BSO, but in that case, you go to the self-assessment. So here, I'll go to, let's say, Philippines. There. And then area of activity, as you can see, the platform is very intuitive and it shows you directly. It's not really rocket science. You could just go quickly and it works quickly, super easy. And then you have SME name. Let me say, let me just give a name. Bruce. This is my company. Hold on. Okay. Because I'm master user, so I have access to these ones. And then when I come to project, I have to use this one. Visa Asia Pacific. This is the model Juan was mentioning, the model that was created for you, specifically for this project. And it's super, super easy, as you can see. And then I go to, let me say, Hadidja on this one, just to show you how you can use the platform. But in that case, analyst, you're going to write your own name. And then I say start assessment. So here we go. Once you go to start assessment, you see the model, you can see it's Visa Asia Pacific, and then I use SME's name, and then project, I can write project description, let me say Visa Asia. And then I say save, and then next. And then normally when you register, you're going to see all the informations related to your company, the sales, the details, and all of this. It's only you can see it actually, so nobody on the other users won't see it, just you. And then next, then you now come to answering the questions. So you have the strategic competence one was mentioning, the marketing competencies, the production competence, the resource management, which is the core of this tool. And then I will go quickly answer some of the questions because we have limited time today. So I'll just briefly answer the questions so you can see how it works. Like you see, it's very, very intuitive. And you can even add a comment here, maybe if you're not sure, so that you can ask one of your maybe director of marketing, but let's say strategy. You work with a strategic personnel or something, and you're not so sure as a CEO, you can write a little comment from him and say, can you verify, for example? And then they come back and make sure if it's strongly agreed, they change it. If it's not, then they can leave it like that. So neutral. And then let's say I answered all of the questions. And then moving forward, I say next. Then I come to the marketing competence. Same for here. I come here as well. I answer them. See, going quickly. Goes by, TAC. That's it. And then we say sometimes here, for example. And then let's say neutral. Then moving forward at the end, because like I said, this is, you see, doesn't take much time, but we always advise companies to take, it's not a beauty contest, like Juan knows, this is like our motto for this tool. It's not a beauty contest. Take your time, answer the questions very well, because this is actually really helpful. And I always say this tool, if you imagine you're a sick person, if your company is sick, this tool is going to give you the answer. Trust me. And then I will move forward. I go strongly disagree. This is we're in the production competence, you see. After every competence is completed, you just move forward. And then we come to the end. And it takes us directly to the resource management competence. As you can see, we have questions here as well. We have questions related to finances, which is quite important for us because all companies, what do we want? Is to make money, isn't it? So yeah, we have questions and then we keep moving, answering them. And as you're answering the questions, actually, you can see here, just here, you can see the progress, like 10%. That means some of the questions are not answered yet. And even if I should strategic competence, I haven't answered all of the questions, but you will see if I've answered all of them, you'll see progress 100%, and then you will see your score. And it goes the same for all of the competencies. But like I said, we don't have much time to go through all the questions. But once you do that, you will see all what I was saying, 100%, and you'll see the scores. So when I come back here, disagree, for example, and I say next. So once we have this, like I was saying, the sustainability part, it's optional, but we always recommend SMEs to do that because it's important. Like I was highlighting a while ago, you could say yes or you could say no, and then you will finalize your results. But let me say no. And then let's say finalize. But if you finish the assessment, you have to say finalize. But because I didn't finish the questions, I don't get I can't finalize the assessment now. And it says all the indicators are not done. And then here, before you download the report, you can actually download it in Word document. You see, results document in X. So that's like a Word document that you can download. And now I'm just going to share a report that I've done with you, just a minute, so you can have an idea of how the report looks like. Just a moment. Okay. And then voila. So here is how the report would look at the end. This is like the final report, the PDF. Once you download this one, you can't edit. But with the Word document, we always recommend you take the Word document to review if everything is done, if everything is okay. If you need to change, you can go back and change. But when you take the PDF, it's over. Like you have the final report. And then as you can see, the report is very, very here. You have like content. This is one of the fake companies that I created for myself, which I'm actually thinking of creating now. So you have overall score, the details, everything, and then you have the forward, which is also defining ITC's competitiveness program, the SME diagnostic tool. And then it also goes to describing your report, the diagnostic report. You have the introduction, and ITC model, which is the Visa Pacific, because every project has its own model, and whenever the model is different, it makes sure it describes the model as well. So we go on, you have the scoring method, you compare and see all the details, diagnostic result and analysis. This is the company profile. And moving forward, the assessment scores. And then we have like, this is like a multi-dimensional perspective of the performance of the company. And you have a SWOT analysis, like you see your strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, you see the threats that your company has. And you have the technical scores as well, which is built on the 4 competencies, as you know. And at the end, then you have the detail of every competence, like marketing competence, production competence, and my resource, everything. You see all of it, and it goes by capability per capability. It describes all of it. So, you see all the answers that you have. And then here, sustainability assessment, I took one for that company. So I also have the results for the sustainability assessment, which is also based on the production, the 4 competence, so strategic, marketing, resource management, and production. So each competence, we also have a sustainability assessment of those competence. And then you have the results. And then lastly, if I come quickly here, just to save time, here we go. You have the recommendations. I mean, isn't it amazing to have the recommendations just like that? And then you see that's my company. And then because I wasn't doing well in my strategy, I have the recommendations that I got. So it tells me to make sure my organizational structures is clear. And then it recommends me to go to ITC's online courses, which are available free. You have the SheTrades virtual learning spaces. You have the entrepreneurship certificate programs. I mean, it gives you everything that you need for this, for your company. The recommendations is there. You see, even this is the production competence. I also have recommendations. They tells me what to do. And finally, let's see at the end. Voila, this is it. So just going back to my PowerPoint, and I will need to share again my PowerPoint screen with you there. Okay. Just going back. All right. So I'm leaving my contact details. And just in case you had any issues, if you had any questions, you can email us and contact us. We are always there to assist you no matter what. So now I'm and giving the floor back to Juan. So thank you so much for having us, and have a nice afternoon.
Thank you, Hadidja. You can leave maybe the presentation with your focal point anyway, in case people needs it.
Yes, sure.
I just want to make reinforcing one concept that Hadidja was saying. At the end of the assessment, once you finish all the questionnaires, you will have you can download the Word document before finalizing. That's the tricky point. Not the tricky, but is to be aware of that. While you haven't finished or finalized, click in the finish button. You can change the scores, you can change your appreciations, etc., etc. But as Hadidja was saying, okay, you can review, you can download the Word document and say you agree with all of them. So you click in finalize, and then at that moment, the system will produce a PDF document, and now you cannot change anymore this PDF. Of course, you can do another assessment, etc., etc. So it's very important to know that you cannot move scores after clicking the final the finalization of the assessment that you are doing at that moment. From our side, we just want to invite you to use the tool. Is, as Hadidja was saying, is a very useful tool. It brings a lot of enlightenment, a lot of educational messages to the SMEs on the issues of competitiveness, the technical competitiveness, the sustainability competitiveness, and at the end, you will your questions will have been analyzed at the cultural company, the cultural approach of your company, the internationalization level or readiness, and the digitalization readiness. Depends of how familiar you are with the management topics. I mean, if you are quite familiar with management topic or not, that the assessment can last 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Actually, we've been doing with certain companies assessments, but with them question by question, so it can take 3 or 4 hours to finalize. But it's because we are analyzing, discussing question by question. But if you do it by yourself, or somebody in your company do it by him or herself, can be 1 hour, 1.5 hours, no maximum 2 hours. Beautiful part of this project is based on the results of these assessments. So first, again, invitation to everybody to go to the link to register your companies and to do the assessment. Before I go to the invitation, you need to finalize the profile before you go to the assessment tool. If you don't finish your profiles, the system won't allow you to go to the assessment exercises. So now go back to the invitation, inviting everybody to participate. With Visa this time, we are working together. We will provide generic, because all the information is private of your company, but we will provide consolidated information for Visa. So they will, along with SheTrades, they will organize a series of webinars at the beginning of 2024 based on the needs that you reported, or your gaps or your weaknesses that you reported in this assessment tool assessment. So again, invitation is for free. You can invite more people. You can even ask other people in your organization to do a parallel assessment with different login and password, but always belong to the company. So I'm closing this one. I hope you can join the platform. You can do your assessment. You can find Hadidja's information. If not, through Women and Trade as well, you can raise your questions, and then we are always available to answer the question and to guide you on this assessment. Thank you very much. I think now is the end of the day. So I hope you enjoy the full day. You have a lot of things to improve, or ideas to start improving the performance of your company. And then I hope one day we will be over there in person giving these presentations. Thank you very much. Goodbye.